Hey guys, Super Godzilla, Final Words here, and I'm back for another video. Today I'm going to be talking about another what if theory. Today's what if is more like, what would happen if Yuko survived? Well, from my understanding, let's look back through the anime Godzilla trilogy. Yuko was always a background character to most audiences. We never truly got a clear understanding to her. Or why is she so attached to Haru in the first place? Not just because she's in love with him, but because there's something else. Let's say that we could say, like, somewhere in the middle of sitting on the edge of battle, we get a flashback scene to Haru and Yuko when they were kids, and Yuko comforting Haru and making a promise that she'll always be there for him, and whenever he needs her, she'll be there for him. These characters truly care about each other. Haru and Yuko truly do care for each other. So let's say, what if Yuko survived? What if she got the Hotoa treatment? And just like Haru, for starters, she would not have felt the pain that she felt in the current timeline. Not only that, she would also realize that she too was immune. So that would mean one thing. Maya and Haru would not have become a thing. If we think about it, Maya was the one who saved Haru. So all the time, Haru thought it was Miyana who was the one who saved him, as she was there. But after he realized in the Planet Eater that it wasn't Miyana who saved him, because she didn't know how to unlock his suit, or to remove the suit. Maya was the only one who knew how to remove the suit. So instead, let's say that Miyana saved Yuko and Maya saved Haru. This means that both of them would have been saved by the twins. But however, both of these twins would have the same interest on Haru. However, Yuko had laid eyes on him first. Now let's go back to this new timeline. If Yuko survived, she would have realized that she'd gotten the Hotoa's treatment. Not only that, we would have possibly seen that same scene where we got between Haru and Maya. But instead of Maya, it's Haru and Yuko. But let's say something else as well. say that Haru is sorry for dragging Yuko into this. Like, let's say he apologized for dragging Yuko into all of this, and Yuko will just basically be like, no, Haru, you didn't drag me into this. I dragged myself into this. I chose to follow you in the first place. You have no reason to blame yourself, Haru. This is my decision. I chose to follow you, so therefore I chose to follow you. This will most likely would have triggered the same scene what we got in the movie between Haru and Mina. But except, let's say something else different happened. Let's say Haru asked Yuko to marry him. If you think about it for a second, if he asked her to marry him, Yuko will no longer have the official name Yuko Tani. She would have had the name Yuko Sakaki. She would have become the Mrs. Haru Sakaki. Not only that, this will definitely, most likely, trigger the twins. Because they both had an interest on Haru, and now Yuko has taken him. And he's accepting her. This timeline will also be worked for the other timeline that I also talked about. What if Haru survived? That same timeline would have been mixed in with this timeline as well. With Haru surviving and Yuko surviving, this would trigger a different timeline. For starters, Haru and Mina's son that we saw at the end credits of Godzilla the Planet Eater would be Haru and Yuko's son. And both Haru and Yuko realize that Godzilla is not a real threat. He's the true king. He's the true ruler of this planet. And not only that, but with Haru and Yuko becoming a couple, Haru would finally get the long peace he's been wanting. A peaceful life with a family. Because as we saw at the beginning of Monster Planet, Haru most likely would have had a good beginning with his family, but it all ended when Godzilla showed up. And I'm pretty sure Haru's been wishing to start a family again. But this time with Yuko. And let's look back at Disney and Farrell. He promised her that he'll show her on how Earth used to be and when they win. That is a clear hint that he is wanting to start a family with Yuko. And we can tell that Yuko is feeling the same way. And it's not just that, but it's not just her face reaction that tells you that. It's her body language. Like, we can understand what the Monsterverse Godzilla is thinking. It's not just his face, his facial reaction, it's also his body language. We can even take that same thing, but with Haru and Yuko, we can clearly understand their body language. So, yeah, that's my theory. That's my theory of what if Yuko survived. she would have most likely been the one who was concerned for Haru, but at the same time, this will also trigger a different kind of ending for the planet here. She would have showed up and saved Haru for Nephthys. She would have most likely broken the stone, or Maya would have broken the stone. It could have been one of those two. But still, in the end, Haru still chooses to be with Yuko. So tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think? You guys think this could have been a better ending for Haru's life? Do you think this would have been the true meaning of his happiness? Because either way, both of these theories that I came up with for what if Haru survived and what if Yuko survived, these will both be happy endings for Haru because he gets to have a family and gets to start that family without any interruptions. Anyways, hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!